It's April 8th. It's Tuesday, and it's April 8th. How about that? Sure has taken a while to get me up and moving here today. It's always been something. I had to, all the animal lovers out there will love to know. Our little boy, cat Kino, had some pressing social issues I had to address. He was clinging to me like glue, and every place I walked, he walked slightly ahead, almost, I wouldn't say trying to trip me, but it was getting a little trippy. Anyway, we have our little morning ritual that we go through. Literally every day. He escorts me into the kitchen, prancing, with tail straight up in the air, with a little hook on the top of the tail. And he jumps up on a cooler, and then he jumps up onto the range, oven range situation, which I have carefully protected because there are buttons, electronic buttons, that his little feet, not so little anymore, where his feet step on things. That's better, right? The epidemic was just getting a little overbearing. Here, let's try that. There we go. The magic of the soundboard. Yeah. Rodecaster Pro Duo. That's like a a slightly more compact version of the Rodecaster Pro Roman numeral 2. This is a Roman numeral 2 Duo, meaning that it handles two microphones simultaneously for your typical podcast, as opposed to the Big Brother that can handle four microphones and four levers, and you turn them up and down and all that. Since I really have more than one, the Rodecaster Duo is perfectly situated in my entourage of equipment. Yeah. So, that being said, news-wise, the Supreme Court hands down a Trump victory. The Supreme Court lifts the stay. This is like the triple negative. Lifts the stay on halting deportations, which means they can continue deportations. And the judge that was sticking his nose where it doesn't belong has been taken off the case by the Supreme Court. He has a hearing today, and Jonathan Turley says having a hearing today is like showing up at the party and everybody's next door. Turley has a way of coming up with these metaphoric expressions that only a constitutional expert could assemble. Anyway, it's ridiculous that a circuit court judge is sticking. He's just trying to, he's a liberal activist judge, regardless of who he's been appointed by. And, he's interfering with, foreign policy. That's not a good thing to do, right? So we're going to be, I'm sure, the U.S. Is going to be going into high speed to deporting these scumbags as fast as possible. And notice to all scumbags, if you're going to hang around with your gang members, you're going to get picked up and deported also, because they're going to corral all of you. Because I think the instructions are, if you don't have the correct papers, we have ways of do you have any relatives in Germany? Inspector whatever. It's not even a funny reference. And I have a cat. No, you're not coming up here. See if I can show you said cat. There you go. Oh, there's a nose. I'm gonna try to get through the other way. I got it blocked off big time. Yeah. We have a cat that's completely black. He's black. Everything's black. Except right in his chest right here. He's got like 7 white hairs. I've counted them. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it's like, really? What is going on here? Yeah. So when he looks at you, he's got these eyes. And if he's standing next to a dark background, all you see is these 2 headlights staring right at you. I mean, you wonder what goes through their little heads. There's something, I can tell you that. They are not empty-headed. Producers, please, would you swap cameras? I want to be on the right side of this of the story. You can go right over here to the. Yeah, look at that seam. Oh, there we go, right there. If I go a little further, whoops, my finger disappears. Yeah, this is I like it better. The better than what, they say. All right, I'm going to show you. We're going to crop split again. This is terminology from Ecamm Live's control settings. Here we go, crop screen. There you go. I have hundreds of episodes like this. And although there's a wider angle view for everything that's going on here. But you're wasting, look at all this real estate. I mean, you're wasting incredible amounts of real estate. So crop split again. Bingo. See, now the view is not quite as wide angle, but every pixel is utilized. I like it better. I hope you do. If you don't, send me a text. We live in a world of text messages. Yeah, at 4:25 a.m., I captured the screen capture of April 8th on Tuesday. I know, I gotta. And Marilyn had to slap my feet a couple times to say, "Hey, get out of bed. Where's my iced tea? Where's my little stainless steel container with my 11 pills in it?" She takes 11 little pills. There's only 2 of them that are actually prescribed drugs. 3, 4. Yeah. It's 4. It's 5. She takes 5 meds, and the other 6 are supplements, all natural supplements, which, that's a good thing, right? Okay, so the Supreme Court, the big news of the day, has supported, the Supreme Court is like working 24/7, to handle everything they got to handle. Now there's the sunset for you. Oh gosh. Yeah. You have this array of clouds that you can, if you look carefully, I'll help you look carefully with my reverse pinch. You see right here? The cloud line goes all the way, if you look right in the middle of the screen, okay? That is the Atlantic Ocean over a tree line. There's the tree line. Oops. That is the snippet we get of the Atlantic Ocean, which is, I would say a 15-degree angle. 15 degrees of 150 degrees, so 10%, 12% of our view is ocean. We're ocean front. We're ocean front about 5,000 feet inland. It's about exactly 1 mile. It's amazing. You see the lower cloud, it's almost like you can see it moving, drifting. It's not. It's a still image, but then you see the tree line, then you see the Atlantic Ocean, and then you see thick row of clouds right over the ocean, and then comes this. The sun has come up, 15 miles away. Apparently there's a. Because of the Earth is round, okay? When you're sitting on a boat, let's say you're sitting on a boat, and you look east, and you have a boat of about the same size, and it heads east. Now, how far are you going to be able to see that boat? Well, the answer to that question is, according to what boating people tell me, because I know very little about what I'm about to say, but I know there is a curvature of the Earth, and you have the angular curvature. So, if I'm sitting on the deck of a boat, and there's a sister boat of the same exact size, just for example, to keep all the size references put aside. Now that said boat, the twin boat, heads east. My position is stationary, and said boat goes east and east and east And after about 20 minutes, you can see it on the horizon as you look east. But there's a point where the boat disappears into the, as you look east. How far away was that boat when it left your visible, where you couldn't see it anymore? And the answer is about 15 miles, because then it travels, further into the curvature of the Earth, because the Earth is not flat. So, anyway, circling back to this sunrise, the sun is peeking up around the edge of our planet Earth. But it's not all the way, it's like just a little bit. It's hiding behind this deep row of clouds. So, which could be extending, 10 or 20 miles further east. Big cloud cover over the Bahamas, for example. Anyway, the sun is picking up, and it is illuminating the underside of this cloud layer. You can see this is reflected light coming from the sun it's a sunrise, okay? And it's just in the very, very, very beginning stages. And the sun is illuminating the underside of this cloud layer, which this cloud layer is, from what I learned from my pilot training a long time ago, these cumuloclouds, are very common in the tropics. But, every sunrise is a little different. I thought this was quite different. You can see, the sun is just striking the lower edge of this piece of cloud right there. I mean, it's really quite interesting. Anyway, I thought I would share some of my sunrise pictures with you. This is a more wide-angle view, so you can see the Alina condos, which is, I would say, like 2 streets away, 2 streets east of us, 2.5 streets east of us. Property that is abutting the Boca Hotel golf course. It almost looks like what time is it? It was 7:03 a.m. You see, I lift up on this picture. This is just a feature of the operating system that Apple has. So if I lift up on a picture, what shows up is the EXIF data, EXIF. This information is embedded in the header of the picture file. It tells you from where it was taken, and it is on the map. It shows you down here in the bottom of the EXIF data. Ooh, you can't hardly see it. I'm sorry. Can I move the EXIF? Oh, I can move the EXIF data. Oh, look at that. Whoops. I can't have it in the middle because I let go. It heads one way or the other. But I'll just hold on to it for a second. You can see me moving it around with my finger. Up and down. Yeah. so it shows in the top. You can add a caption. Let's add a caption. B-O-C-A Boca Raton. I don't think we need the zip code. Sunrise. And what? That was 7:03 a.m. 7:03 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. There are going to be hearings. So then I say done. Done. All right, Boca Raton, Florida, sunrise, 7:03 a.m. There we go. See, now I have a caption on the picture. And when it gets tossed back into the the 100,000 pictures, literally, I have 100,000 pictures, or close to it. I can type Boca Raton sunrise, and a whole bunch of pictures will pop up, including this one. This was taken with the Fusion camera. I didn't know these cameras had names. 24 millimeter f1.78. The ISO rating was 64, which is low. The focal length was 48 millimeters. You can see that right there. f1.8 lens. And the exposure was captured at 480th of a second. So that's pretty steady Eddie. The ISO is real low. The lens is what I would say is wide open. It is totally open. And then you can see some hexadecimal impressions starting with 8EBC. I mean, it's like billions and billions of different picture IDs. And it shows on a map from where the picture was taken, which is, right over the R is where this building is. So anyway, that's, I pull down on the image and it goes away. Pull up on the image, and here again is the EXIF data. You can lift up that bar, so then you just see the caption if there is a caption. And there is a caption. That's it. Oops. Typically comes up over there. Lift up on the image, and I get the caption. I can pull down on this thing and show the date and time. Oops. Is there a... There we go. That would be the typical brief response. So it shows the image information, the caption, which I just added. It doesn't show you from where it was taken because I haven't pulled that little bottom lever down further, which I can. And it shows you from where the picture was taken. There we go. Is there anything further? Yeah, we don't care if it's included in the Photoshop Express, image saved. Yeah, forget that. There you go. This is all the information that's interesting to note. It was captured with the Apple iPhone 16 Pro Max, and it's a JPEG image. Always JPEG image, because when I go to the camera icon in the setup screen, it's probably worth explaining this. So I'm going to go to the settings screen. There it is. And I'm going to go full screen on this. so that you see everything. There we go. So now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to carry on down here. See, there's no camera icon on this list. I'm connected to VPN, that's important. Virtual private network. CyberGhost is the virtual private network that I've subscribed to. It's very fast. It's very clean, doesn't, louse up your throughput. It's very fast. You wouldn't even know you had a VPN functioning. The purpose of a VPN is that it keeps changing. The CyberGhost keeps changing its MAC address and the location of the server so that hackers can't get into the system files that are coded into my iPad. So I have CyberGhost operating out of all my devices to protect them against bad guys. Anyway, so at the bottom of the screen you see apps. I'm going to click apps, and I'm going to touch over here, C for camera. And I have to go down. Let's see, camera. Where's camera? Gosh, where the heck is it?
It's 10:30.
How is it listed? Oh, rats. Camera plus. All right, let's take this one, for example. All right, well, so much for live television, huh? I guess I'll have to show you another day when I can find out where the heck. Clone camera, no. All right, let's hit camera, privacy and security, hopefully. Yeah, that's on LB80. Anyway, there's a setting, and the setting that you click is most compatible. You don't want to have it HEIF. Now, Apple wants you when you get a new phone, a new iPad, get a new iPhone, get a new iPad. Your operating system is iOS 16 something, 16 dot whatever. You want to go to the camera. You go to camera, and the settings for the camera. And they always have checked HEIF. And that is Apple's form of a compressed color photo. Color photos require a lot of space. They're large files. And as the digital cameras evolve into the lower end devices like iPhones and iPads, for example, Apple is doing a big job in trying to protect everybody's personal information which is held in their iPhones. You know, I mean, you should always have a password on your phone and checked, you know, the 11. If you try to experiment with passwords, you get 10 tries. And if the 11th attempt fails, the iPhone, iPad, the iOS device will erase itself to protect the sensitive bank information that could be in your iPhone, which most people have. Everything that there is in their phones. They don't sit down at another, like an iPad, and you know. So, Apple has made it convenient for you to connect cybersecurity. If you can see on this list right here, VPN, right in the middle. BH photo is to the right, and you have your eyeball continue jumping that little border over to the settings main display, and it shows VPN connected, and that's connected to the CyberGhost. If I click on CyberGhost, oh, I'm sorry, that's on the iPad. I'm trying to use general. Right above general is VPN, yeah. There you go. See, CyberGhost is connected. So whenever I turn on the iPad, CyberGhost is immediately operating. Oh. There it is. You see camera? I thought it had a color icon. There's camera right there. It's right. 1, 2, 3. It's five down from general. Click camera. Okay. And I have the record video set at 4K at 30 frames a second. See, if I check 4K at 60 frames a second, it's automatically going to go to using the HEIF format. Don't want. So 4K at 30. That'll eventually be 4K at 60 frames a second. But not yet. They're working on it. Show PAL formats. Nope. Auto frames per second. Let's click that button. Auto 30 and 60 frames per second. Yep. If we go down the list, there's so many settings. You see where it says formats? 1, 2, 3, 4 down on the list. Camera. Formats. You see where it says most compatible? If you click up here where it says high efficiency, to reduce file size, capture photos and videos in the high efficiency HEIF or HEVC format. Most compatible we'll always use JPEG. So we're using JPEG and H.264, which would be the video format. JPEG is the still image format, and that H.264, that's the video format. Now, those two formats are the most compatible. So what does most compatible mean? Well, Apple is not the only fish in the pond. You have Windows computers. 80% of the planet is Windows based. And the other 15%, maybe it's 18%, the percentage is growing, by the way, as people wise up to the vulnerabilities of Windows. I wised up. My 13-year-old son Daniel was pulling on my pants, tugging on my shirt sleeve. Please don't get another Windows computer. We'll learn how to use it. Because we had two boys and a few loyal friends. All right, so there's camera. I'm glad how come I didn't kind of notice? I was looking for, some kind of colored icon, but look at that. It's just sitting there. The icon doesn't even have any color. You can see a little camera. Control center, display, brightness. The file sizes. The font size. You don't want too tall. I don't think you can go to 17. We're going to leave everything alone. So I'm just going to sweep up on that and close it down. Here's my Home Depot. We have an ice maker that's kicking up. So we got to return it. Which is always a pain in the buttski. But you got to do what you got to do, right? There you go. You can, this is my coffee, and you can see my purple straw I got there. It's a big fat purple straw, like if you were going to suck on a milkshake or something. I think it would go through this big fat straw instead of the God, you can look right down the straw. Whoa! It is aiming right at the lens. You can see. It's like looking through the eye of a hurricane. The winds are not too high. The surface not high inside this cup. But there's not much to it. Boost oxygen. They're really advertising the heck out of that. The guy, I forget his name, but it's on Shark Tank. He actually owns a big piece of that Boost company. Because this guy decided to fund the original people that put together the Boost idea, where they compress oxygen into a cylinder that's about the height of a 16-ounce